hanging out with me tonight, right? Okay, so excuse me, I'm just getting started, right? I got a lot of things to talk about tonight. So, for those of you joining in to this hangout on how to attract a good man, if you don't know who I am, I'm Mary Honeybee Morris, a New York Times bestselling author and relationships expert, right? Yes. So, I have some pointers for my girls out there, especially like if you're single and you're trying to find somebody. And yes, honey, it is a challenge these days to find someone who is actually serious about a relationship. So, the very first thing that you need to do, right? We always have to work on ourselves first. That might seem like it's so obvious to some, but believe it or not, it's not obvious to some women out there, right? You have to work on your inner self-confidence. Confidence is absolutely sexy to a real man, to a man that is good, right? Now, they got some not so good guys out there, right, that already have low self-esteem and they got so many damn problems, you really won't be bothered with them, right? You have to work on your confidence in order to present yourself in such a way that you attract men to you, right? Yes. So it's like, even like me positioning myself on the chair, right? If you're at a bar, if you're with your girlfriend, even if you're just by yourself reading a book, working on something, right? Men are very visual creatures. They're very visual. So you always need to have your sexy visual going when you're out there. Okay, you're not out on the prowl, right? No. You want to attract these men to come to you. You don't want to necessarily be the chaser. Now, if you see a good looking guy, it's okay to say hi. I already told you in the previous hangout, right? That canned question, are you from here? Where are you from, right? Those innocent questions can always open up a conversation for you with a guy. Yes. The other thing that you have to do is you always have to make sure you got your sexy going on to some extent, right? Your sexy could simply be your lips. It could be your lashes, which I don't have on tonight. I apologize. But guess what? I'm still also fabulous and cute, right? You got your hair going on, right? We know it's a bouncy, curly wig, honey, but I'm telling you, color makes a difference, right? I wear red, I wear black, got my blonde on tonight. You just have to figure out what works for you to attract a man to you. Yes, you have to get his attention. Now, I have my notes here too, because I don't want to leave anything out, right? So let's say you attracted this man to you, you had your sexy flowing and going, you got all that good stuff happening. So now what do? How are you gonna actually keep him interested in you, right? The other thing that's gonna be very, very important when you meet a guy, give him the benefit of the doubt, right? That's attractive. Don't think that everything coming out of his mouth is a lie or that he's not actually telling you something that is true, right? You need to some degree believe in this guy that you've attracted to you until or unless he proves otherwise, honey. You need to be okay with believing in him to some degree, right? Because if you think everything out of his mouth is a lie, blah, 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 right? Then that's kind of a turn off, right? So that's not necessarily attractive to your initial conversation. Your initial conversation. And you want to make sure that, yes, you do to some degree believe in this guy, right? So you got your confidence going, going, and you need to be able to have your canned questions like, are you from here? Do you have children? I mean, just icebreakers. You want to be able to fill that conversation with things that really matter. Be playful sometimes, right? We don't have to be all serious because every guy that you attract to you is not going to be the guy for you, right? So don't take it like you're trying to take him home and you're trying to pin him down and you're trying to nail him down. So a lot of times that's where women go wrong. They think they got the right guy straight out the gate, right? And he might not be the one for you. You have to know what it is that you want in a man and what it is that you are looking for, right? So if someone was to ask me, okay, Mary Honeybee Morrison, what kind of man you got or what kind of man you looking for, right? I like entrepreneurs. I was going to say entrepreneurs because I like that little thug side too, right? And I know that about myself. You know, a 9-to-5 guy can be good, but a lot of times he can't really relate to my schedule, to how I work, to my get up and go. I can do this, that, and the third in a minute. You need somebody who can relate to you, right? If he can't understand what you have going on, maybe you are that single mom. Maybe you do have some other things happening, right? So you've attracted him to you, but you need to still try to hone in on, is this the guy that's really for you, honey? Because you deserve to have the man that you want. But he's not always just going to come to you. You know, you have to bait him. Yeah, you honey, you gotta bait him in. You gotta bait him in. And I'm telling you, one of the good ways to bait a guy in, get your sex game conversation up. I know a lot of you have already read the Honeybee books and the Mary B. Morrison books, honey, but you can't go wrong with reading those books. Pick up some tips from Madison, and if I can't have you in that series, right? Girls got to have game out there these days. Not what a lot of people say, I don't want to play games, Mary Honeybee Morrison, and I don't want to have to feel like I got to work that hard to get a man. Honey, well, getting a good man is work. Because guess what? You got to weed through all the ones that's not serious, right? So you have to be able to have that confidence in that conversation and get your sexy on. A pair of sweats and a tank top, honey, can be sexy depending on how you wearing it, right? Got your lipstick going, everything. Don't come down here in the ATL with no tennis shoes, like we don't play that. Anyway, you know, I mean, you got to have your confidence and your sexy. The other thing you have to do to attract a man, you have to let him believe that he is in control. I'm gonna say that again. You have to allow this man to believe that he is in control. So you meet the guy and you're having the conversation and he's telling you, you know, he's this, that, and the third, and oh, that's great that you have a construction business. Oh my goodness, how long have you been in business? You know, and he's gonna say something, you know, so I was thinking about doing this and starting a business. He's gonna try to give you all the advice in the world, right? Anyway, because men always want to give us advice, right? Even if it's not the advice that they're gonna take for themselves, they still try to give it to us. So the thing you want to do is just let him believe that he's in control. And in order to do that, you're also going to have to be willing to talk less and listen more. Take notes, because the man will tell you, honey, who he is in the midst of a conversation. I am so serious, right? You're still trying to attract that guy. Ask him, you know, so what are your dreams? What are your goals? What do you see yourself doing? What do you plan on doing? You know, what are you working on right now? This is the guy you just met, right? So you just met him. What's going to be interesting about your conversation? What's going to be interesting about your conversation is engaging him in conversation, getting him to tell you, because you can tell right there, right? You might have been attracted to him initially, but if he keeps talking for 2 or 3 minutes, honey, how many times have we had that to happen, right? You'd be like, oh, wait, he fine, he this, he that, girl, I like him, boop. And by the next day, you'd be like, you know what? I don't want to talk to that Negro ever again. And Negro to me is colorless, honey. He could be black, white, purple, green, yellow. I don't care. I call all of them the same. But anyway, my point is that you start out attracted to this guy, right? Some guys are really good guys. Some guys are even shy. Yes, they are. So you're not necessarily trying to be overbearing with a shy guy, but you are trying to make him comfortable. But guys have game. I don't care if they're shy or if they're outgoing or if they're flamboyant, you know, what they have, flashy, materialistic. Guys have game. So you have to stay up on top of your game, right? So you have to find out in the reverse. That's where I'm going with a lot of this. You have to find out in the reverse, what does he like? Because what becomes important to him, if you find out, okay, what's your dreams, what's your goals, if you find out what's important to him, then you're going to find out whether or not this is the man for you. Because he could be a very good man. He could be struggling through some things. I always advise my girls, don't pick a guy up, don't hold a guy up, and don't lift a guy up. A guy should be, I don't even care if he doesn't have what he wants, right? He should be that guy that's attractive to you because he is willing to stand on his own. He is not looking for you to carry him. I think that's attractive. Everybody goes through their trials and struggles and everything else, right? Some women don't mind taking care of a guy. That's going to be your choice. It's never going to be Honeybee's advice to you, because if he can't pay for the meal, he probably can't pay the rent or keep the lights on. And I did say can't. I didn't say won't. It's a difference, right? Some guys can do it. They choose not to. So that good guy, he doesn't mind working real hard, right? Might not have the big flashy car, the diamond rings and all this other stuff and the swag you looking for, you know, but he might be that wholesome guy that goes out and work, that puts his family first, that's looking for a good woman. You know, he might be that guy. You have to ask yourself, are you going to allow yourself to be attracted to a man who is attracted to you if he has children? You have to know whether or not that's a deal breaker for you, right? Because a lot of guys who are single dads, trust me, honey, a lot of them, they're looking for you. They're looking for you, right? To come along and actually help bail them out, right? Divorced men get remarried faster than women, honey, all day, every day, every day, every day, every day. So what's going to be attractive to you, what's going to attract this guy to you is your confidence, your sexiness, your appeal that you have going on. You know what you want, but you also have the ability to listen to the guy. Once you find a guy that you're interested in, you have that ability to be able to listen to him. You're going to listen to his dreams. You're going to find out about him, because a lot of times, believe it or not, we get so self-absorbed in this world that we don't even care what's going on with the other person. It's me. You don't even know what's going on with him, right? So a lot of guys, when you show a little interest like that, so what's going on with you? You know, they actually like light up, right? Like, oh my God, she really asked me something about myself, right? And guys, you know, a lot of times we don't touch enough, honey. You got to do the touchy-feely. You got to, you know, if you're not comfortable touching him, touch yourself. It's okay, right? It will attract a man to you. You got to get the guy to come to you to find out whether or not you like him, right? So a lot of things that I do in terms of, like, you know, playing with my hair, starting conversations, you know, stuff like that. You know, and Honeybee a little different, because I don't mind talking about sex and conversation. And that always gets a man's attention. But you don't talk about sex in a way where you act like you're just a free-for-all and, you know, it's like you can get in on this anytime you want to. Actually, it's very challenging, right? You make it challenging for them, but also interesting at the same time. You have to be up on your game in order to attract the man that you are looking for. You have got to get out the house, honey. You have got to. You can meet people online. Yes. I'm not saying you can. As a matter of fact, a while ago, I told you guys to try online dating, but be very, very, very careful about it, because there's a lot of people out there. But at least if you're shy, it'll help you get over, right? And you can get to look at their pictures and stuff like that, and then maybe meet them in person. That's an option. That is an option. But you have got to get out of the house. I know a lot of people be sitting at home talking about, I wish I could meet a man. Well, how you gonna meet him, honey? And the other thing is that men are everywhere you go, right? In order to attract a good man, you look at what he has in his basket at the grocery store. Does he have 2 gallons of milk, or does he have 1 gallon of milk? Does he have like a cart full of shit? Or does he have a little bit of stuff, you know, 1 6-pack of beer? You know, you got to kind of figure out, is he look like a bachelor from what's in his basket? Or it looks like you got a whole family at home, a family of 4 to feed. You want to pay attention to things like that. But get your conversation game up. That will attract men to you being friendly, right? And I'm glad I said the word friendly. You have to have an approachable, you know, exterior, you know, a smile, you know, like nod, a hi, like, I see you over there, you know, but don't ever linger with the look, honey. You go, look, I see you over there, and then you just go about your business. You might give him a little, okay, you know, even in conversation with your girlfriends, that will attract a man to you, because that little 2-second glance, honey, will let that man know you're interested, right? So you give him a little right, and just keep on talking, and you play with your hair. Everything is flirtatious. I don't care if your hair is short down to the scalp, honey. If you just rub yourself, men get excited, right? They'll come to you. But then you have to figure out, is that the guy that you really want, right? Learn his likes and dislikes. That's again going back to figuring out this guy, what he likes, what he doesn't like. I know a lot of times they say, you know, does he like his mama? That might be at the top of the list. How does he feel about his ex, right? That might be somewhere on the list too. Does he even like his ex, right? Right? Because a lot of men who feel like everything was her fault, you know, you meet a guy who always talking about his ex, you can just keep it moving to the next because he hasn't gotten over her and he got problems and issues and he's comparing every woman to her and you ain't never gonna be her. So that's not the man you want to be attracted to, right? Right. I'm gonna say when you attract this man to you, trust that he is, you know, who he say he is, but also have a little bit of guard up to the point where you're not gullible and you're like, oh my gosh, right? Pay attention. That's why you're listening to the conversation, because if he slip up, which a lot of times they do, and they start backtracking, you know, oh, well, you know, I own a construction business. I have this line of trucks. So I'm doing this, that, and the third. Oh, you know, I got this liquor store over here. You know, what exactly do you do, nigga? What exactly do you do? You want to make sure you're paying attention to those kind of things because they're going to be important once you attract a good man to you. There are good men in church, but there are also good men in the club. I hate when people say you can't meet a good man at a club. That is absolutely not true because a lot of men who go to the club also go to church. And a lot of men who go to church who are deacons, they also like sideways and they're not always uprighteous, right? So they're sleeping with 2 or 3 women in the church. So what you need to do is not label a person on where you meet them. Like I said, you can meet them at the grocery store, you can meet them at a restaurant, you can go to a bar, sit by yourself, take a Kindle, read a Mary Morrison book, that's engaging. You can start a conversation right there. What you want to do is attract these guys to you. Make it your goal to try to meet at least 1 new guy a week. And you said 1 a week, Mary Honeybee Morrison. How in the world is that going to happen? Because you are everywhere, right? You have to leave your house at some point. So you're always going to be meeting people. But again, like I said, you want to do those little gestures. You want to do those things. You want to carry yourself in such a way that you are going to attract these men to you. You're going to have your sexy going, right? Yes. You are all day long. This is critical and important. So listen to me. You're going to attract a guy to you, but you're always going to stay a couple of steps ahead of him, right? That means that you have to have your thinking cap on all the time. Not saying you're policing him, but you're listening to him and you're trying to figure out how he clicks, how he works, right? You've already attracted him to you with your smile, your personality, your outgoing. You know, men like aggressive, they like assertive, they like confident. Some men do like shy, but if you shy, how you gonna get that guy to come to you? That's what you're gonna do, right? You're gonna get that sexy going. You're gonna get that sexy going. But you have to stay ahead of a man. You always have to be thinking ahead of what he's thinking. You know, some guys are quick to say, I love you. You know, I've had guys tell me that, you know, I love you. But those words are so empty sometimes with a lot of men when they say it, honey. Sometimes I just go, why? What is it about me that make you feel that way, you know? And so if he humming and hawing and can't explain it, honey, it's just a feeling, right? Not a fact. It's just a feeling. But we all have feelings, right? So you're going to attract that good guy to you with your personality. I know I keep repeating that, but I need you guys to understand that personality is everything, right? But even personality a lot of times is second to looks, because if you got this bright, bubbly, cute personality going on, but you ain't do nothing to make yourself cute, and then the cute girl go by, and he looking that way, he looking that way for a reason, right? Because he likes what he sees, and a lot of times men are visual, so you need to make sure that you keep that going. But once you get that guy, stay ahead of him, okay? Know when to turn up and know when to turn down. Men are attracted to women who act a bitch. And you don't believe me? I'm sure you see some of the people out there, you go, how in the world did she end up getting him? They like a little bit of crazy, right? That's attractive to a whole lot of guys. A woman who has a spine, honey. You got a spine, you got some backbone going. You are not going to bow down to this man. I'm not trying to say you're going to be the man and you're trying to be confrontational and all of that, but at the same time, you need to be comfortable and confident enough to have your game up, right? And it's okay to be a bitch sometimes, honey, because they like it. They take it from Honeybee. They like it. Nobody wants to argue all the time and all that other stuff. But if you just take stuff lying down, guess what? You attracted this guy, and now you Miss Goody Two Shoes, and now you're all that and being nice and rolling over and just trying to keep him happy and pleasing him and all of those things, and you going above and beyond, right? Guess what? He's going to lose interest in you. You're going to have to do the same things that attracted him to keep him, and you're going to have to keep that little edge over him at all times, right? Even when you let him think that he's got game and he's on top, you gotta let your man feel that way, right? You don't want the man to be emasculated and all that. So you do have to know when to turn up, honey, and when to turn down. And you're definitely not going to try to be the man. And what do I mean by trying to be the man? A lot of women, you know, it's like, I got the tab. A good man wants to pay the bill. He really does want to pick up the bill. You know, he wants to be able to pay for some things. When you attract him to you, don't try to emasculate him. Don't try to like, outdo him. Like, you know, you got your own. Yeah, we got our own, right? But that's besides the point. Smart girl want to keep her little change, her 2 coins in her pocket, right? And get his 2 coins too. You saw the Subway commercial. When she got, you want to be my boyfriend? He's like, yeah, she take a sandwich. That's what you got to do. And he's standing there like, what just happened, right? But he like it, right? Because now he's our boyfriend. You got to do the same thing with your dude when you attract him to you, right? Yes. And it's also like super attractive. You know, I'm super conservative tonight, right? But if I was going out, you know, I got this cute little bra on over here, honey. You can do a peekaboo, anything. I can adjust this top if I was out doing some stuff, right? Things attract men. You could be layered in gear, honey. If you put on something super sexy and just have a little bit of leg showing, he gonna be like, damn. You know, because he wondered what the rest of it looks like, right? You got on something. I know they used to talk about women with the whole thongs on, and you can see the part of the thong, the part of the crack of the butt. You can do that tastefully too, or you can have some lace panties, right? It's your little bit of something, peekaboo. I used to have like a real high top that came way up here with the jeans. Show a little flesh somewhere, even when it's like hella cold outside, but it's about to get hot right now. I got to check my phone for 2 seconds, right? Because I'm on patrol over here. I got to check my phone. I want to make sure, we got 7 minutes left. So that's good timing. Okay. So one of the other things I want to let you know too, always let the man like you more. You've attracted him. He's attracted to you. He likes you, right? You're gonna let him like you more, because this is the way that goes, right? Your guy, once you start liking him more, that means you're in the forefront, right? You're liking him more than he's liking you. So then what's gonna happen is that he's gonna start looking beyond you. He's gonna start looking at whoever else is out there. When you're liking him more, your feelings are in the forefront, but actually you're kind of in the foreground. You're behind him, so he's always in front of you. His back is to you. If your man back is to you, that means he's looking ahead, and all he's going to see is the women that are in front of him. He is not going to see you, honey, no matter how hard you try, because you are chasing him, right? Once you attract this guy to you, do not let your guard down and become that chick that's just so head over heels and in love that you then begin to chase him. You're checking his phone. You're wondering where he's at. You're blowing up the telephone all day. He ain't answering. You texting. He ain't responding. Honey, please, he's on to something else, right? So what you have to do is always have game, right? If you run into a situation like that, this guy is attracted to you, everything is going good. Now he's toning it down. he tone it down, you tone it down, right? If he tone it down, you tone it down, right? Because you always have to let him stay ahead of you. So if he tone it down and you cranking it up, like you chasing behind him, oh, you ain't gonna have nothing but problems out of this guy down the road. You done attracted a good man, and I'm not saying he's not a good man, because there's a lot of good men out there, honey. It's a whole lot of them, right? That's at least halfway decent, right? Some of them don't want to commit. But the way you're going to get him interested in you is to be a little bit less interested in him. You're listening. You want to know about it. You want to know about his career. You want to know about his goals. You want to learn as much as you can about your dude. Because what I find too is that once a woman attracts a man to her, she doesn't really learn that much about him, right? So then the other girl comes along who's been listening to the Mary Honeybee Morrison, how to get a good man, how to attract a good man segment, right? And she knows to ask all those questions. And then he goes, well, this person over here is liking me a little bit more than this person over here. At least she asks more questions. She's more interested. You know, it's easy for guys to go separate ways. Even when they are like a good man, it's still easy for him to be what I call distracted. It happens with guys all the time. Keep your sexy up. Get your sexy going. Switch it up every once in a while. Always feel like, okay, I believe in you until you show me otherwise, right? So you're already attracted this good guy to you because your personality and your appearance, yes. But you also want to make sure you stay on top of things, including him. Get on top, girl. Get on top. I know some of y'all be like, I don't know what to do when I get on top. Honey, just ride and ride. If you fall off, get back on. You know I was going to go there with the sex, right? I always do that. Right? So there's so many things you can do to attract a guy to you. Have game, get game, have conversation, break out of the shy shell, honey. Please do that, right? Please do that in order to attract these men to you. Because, you know, they can be attracted to a shy girl, but a lot of times, and I hear it all the time. My girl ain't going nowhere, but she ain't the girl for me. But she holds this down at the house, but I still got to have more. I'm always going to have somebody else. You know, you don't want that dude. Or if you got him, give him a little reason to chase you, honey. Okay, turn it up, because they will. Man that loves you, he gonna be wondering where you at. He gonna be wondering what's going on with you. So honeybee wants you to keep your sexy going. Yes, meet you a good guy. You know, and some people wonder about my life. You know, for those of you who don't know, you haven't read my books, you don't know about me. I'm just gonna close out with this, right? I've been married. Yes. I had my son by my husband at that time while I was married. Yes, that all happened. And then post my marriage relationship, okay, married at 21, baby at 22, divorced at 23, all that stuff, or separated at 23, divorced at 24, was on the course and on the horn with another dude by the time I was 25, right? Stayed with him for 7 years. Yes, right? Met my soulmate. That's how I wrote Soulmates Dissipate. Met him, stayed with him for 7 years. And once he said, will you marry me? That was the end of the relationship, because I was like the runaway bride. I'd already been there, done that, and wasn't trying to do it again. So I said no. He asked me to wear the ring. Okay. So I attracted the first one, attracted the second one. I attracted a lot of good guys, basically because of my personality. They love that independent, confident, sexy, right? So find yours. Find it within you. No two people are the same. We are not. But the one thing you must do, Mary Honeybee Morrison say that you have got to do this. So I know it's time to end this video, but the one thing you have got to do is always let your man like you more. Once you attract this guy, let him like you more than you like him. Yes. And keep your sexy going. Keep your sexy going. Men are always attracted to sexy. Okay. And there's a lot of good men out there, honey. 1 a week. That's all you gonna need. 1 a week until you meet the one you like. I ain't saying sleep with all of them. I'm not even suggesting that. I'm just saying get out and meet a variety. So every time you meet somebody, you don't feel like he the one. And the next one is the one. You know, let him prove himself to you. It's okay. All right. My girls, you got this. Okay? Hit me up. Hit me up. AskHoneybee@gmail.com. Let me know if you met that guy. I'm gonna get over here because I'll be acting a fool. Bye.